It's expression, follow through, resistance, and practice. Your floor work doesn't suck. You're just not doing these 4 things. So in case you do not have time to watch this video, if you just want to know what they are right off the bat so you can just, be about your business, it's expression, follow through, resistance, and practice. Okay, there you have them. All right, if you want to stick around, I'm going to talk to you about all 4 of them, but that's it. You can go now. Okay, bye. Expression. Man, we talk about this one so much, and it's very important for floor work too. I think a lot of times because when people think floor work, they think sultry, they think steamy. Sometimes we get in a sultry, steamy mood and our face kind of goes flat. There is something to be said about approaching sultry floor work with a serious expression, with a stern expression, with yeah, we're not necessarily being like pin-up cheesecake necessarily, right? At the same time, your face still needs to be activated. And the ways that you can do that is actually, yes, by using your natural smile. A natural smile is so incredibly powerful. It's very confident, okay? So try that out. Now, if you don't feel like smiling, if that's not your character, but you're still taking a sultry, steamy approach, use your eyes. Take time to look at people and look over here. Have a mood or flavor about you. The easiest way to do this immediately is having some kind of internal dialogue. Point is, your face tells the story. It's not necessarily easy to do. When I watch my videos back in performances, I catch myself doing dead face all the time. And in my mind, I feel like I'm doing like all this stuff, but it just doesn't read the same on stage. We can't always trust ourselves. We're not the most reliable coaches for ourselves sometimes. Videos, however, never lie. I talk about this. I have a competition prep guide on Memberstrip, and that's exactly one of the rehearsals I talk about in my 5 different rehearsals. Rehearse just your face. Your face has muscles. Your muscles have memory. You can practice. This is something that will become more effortless and you won't have to think about it as much, but you do need to animate your face. The second one, do not cut your moves short, especially when you're doing floor work. Don't cut your moves short. It makes it look choppy. And what I mean by that is you want to take time to make sure that your sequence of events, the choreography that you do, they flow together. Now, of course, you can just get on the floor and do some stuff and feel your vibes and be in the moment and improv. That's a whole other thing. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is when we want to create something that's intentional, deliberate, rehearsed, practice, when we want to talk about like curating something, okay? So I'm not talking all this talk to discredit improv. That's like a whole other thing. If you want me to talk about improv, please let me know, because I have a lot of experience dancing to live bands. I have a lot of experience just being like, I don't know what I'm about to do, but we're gonna do something. And I think they're 2 different skill sets, I would argue. And I also think that there's like a different approach for both of them. But I tend to overthink things, so I don't know. Y'all tell me if I think too much. Not just for your floor work. You can think about this in everything, but do not cut off your moves. Make sure that you are doing everything and you're really reaching through the room. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of segueing into the next one. The third one is definitely technical, and that is reach and resist. Reach and resist, okay? Your floor work does not suck. You just don't have the tension and the quality of movement in your body yet. And the way that you get that instantly is you reach actively and you resist. And what that means is, let's say I'm taking my arms up and I'm bringing my arms in and they're coming down my body. There is no reaching, there's no resisting, there's no real energy. But if I am like really reaching out in like tension, and I'm not just reaching through my fingers, but I'm like have this dual, like my arm is into that shoulder socket, but I'm reaching out. There's like this pulling and I'm reaching out and I'm resisting the movement. I'm creating false tension, false resistance, and then I'm bringing it. It's so much more dramatic. Burlesque is very theatrical, whether it's cabaret, a floor show, or you're in a theater in front of the Prince of Monaco. It doesn't matter. Reach and resist. It will instantly elevate your quality of movement. You reach and resist, you plan for your facial expressions, you will have a much different experience on stage than if you had not done those things. They're simple, they're instantaneous, but it's kind of difficult to get into those habits. But you can, and you will. I believe in you. And honestly, that is a segue into the 4th one. Your floor work doesn't suck. You're just not practicing effectively enough. And look, don't get offended. I'm sure you work very hard, but I'm just here to hold your hand and say that you really need to understand that floor work, a lot of the moves are very physical. Just because you can't do them today doesn't mean that you can never do them. You can totally get there, but you have to progress. You have to do it safe. You have to do it under guidance. You need to pay attention to your body. Floor work confidence doesn't come from just one run through. And also, just because you can't do some move today doesn't mean that you can never do that move. Your mobility, your strength, your coordination may not be there yet, but you can get it through consistent practice and through patience. Okay, when I was 7 years old, my friend came over and she brought a bike and she was like, "This is my bike." And I got on it and I couldn't ride it because I had never ridden a bike before. And I got so mad. I was like really mad. I was mad because I didn't know how to ride a bike. Now, I am a hothead. I always have been. I have a short fuse, but I've been working on it. Nowadays, I know better. I've grown up. I have matured, and I know that just because I can't ride a bike today, I don't need to throw a temper tantrum. I just need to get busy. I need to get to work and realize that with diligent practice, one day I can ride a bike. And one day I did. And then I was like, you know what? I think I like roller skating better. And I don't ride bikes anymore. If you want your floor work to feel good, if you want anything to feel good and effortless for that matter, repetition is your friend. Don't get too discouraged, especially when you're trying to do something that might be more physical or more demanding. Having said that, floor work does not have to be that physical or demanding beyond getting down to the floor and getting back up again. Okay, so your floor work does not suck. There's just 4 areas you could target, maybe not all of them, maybe one, maybe a combo, but you just need to work on your expression, your follow through, your resistance, and your practice. It will make a huge difference. Let me know if you have any questions about this video. Let me know what you're working on when it comes to floor work and if you guys are ready for another choreography class. Wow, that was a lot of requests. Anyway, just let me know what you need in the comments and I will see y'all next time. Bye.